making another, I'm going to call this personal log. Start at 414.4444444 Daniel Condos Law Offices. If you're from Wisconsin, you'll understand that. In case anyone sees this other than me, which is, chances of that are diminishingly small. So, personal log entry. Was watching this fucking chair will move. Was watching their show channel, Enemy from Within. These are his words, not mine, and mine. He claims to be a redneck truck driver, so he certainly looks the part. He was talking about Joe Rogan along with Trump, and in a previous video talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I thought I'd talk about Joe Rogan, just put it on the record, because I thought about him a bunch of times, but not just him and the other, one of the other podcasts that I had watched a bunch of times for like 6 months, and then I stopped watching that too, because I had stopped watching Joe Rogan like, I don't know, 2 years ago or something like that, maybe 3. And stopped watching Joe Rogan because he started to get really broy with a whole bunch of like, and a lot of people do this, whole bunch of like, you need to exercise, you need to do this, just heavy into the exercise and health scene. And it started to be like that kind of video, like every day or every other day. And it just kind of turned away from a lot of what I wanted to see, which is kind of interesting, just random interesting, or like having scientists, academics, that sort of thing, which is all I wanted to watch, which he did have kind of a few of them, random, like I said, academics. And it would just be like those health guys or celebrities that I did not recognize. And so it just became either, I'll be blunt, offensive to me personally, or who the hell is that guy? So I just stopped watching it. And, that was not really intended as necessarily a snub or anything. It was just me losing interest in general. So that's the reason for me. The whole thing for the Trump that a lot of people stopped watching for either right before, I guess that would be right before the election, or within the past week. It's the 28th of February 2025. Timestamp it. I don't know a whole lot about that, so whatever. That's a totally different issue, because I hadn't been watching it. I've only seen clips of that stuff, so whatever. But the other podcast, let me talk about that. It's called Diary of a CEO. uh, DOAC, and that guy kind of suffers from the same thing, but it's the same problem. Turned the guy was somewhat middle of the road, and he used to have kind of interesting people on with interesting topics, and he turned very like right wingish, and oh, men need to be men, and and all this like hardcore anti-incel stuff. It's like, oh, the incel phenomenon, and it's like men need to be men, and but not like, how do I phrase it? You need to be successful, and you need to be business, and you need to earn money, and obviously he didn't say that, but the people he had on interviewing, it was very like subtextually that way, and there was no. He was basically saying, well, if you want to do this with your life, um, and it doesn't happen to earn any money, it's a waste of time. It was like, well, yeah, that's fantastic, but we do realize money is only everything because society, our human society, is barbaric. It is literally barbaric still. I mean, it's not barbaric in the sense that we hit each other with clubs and kill each other. It's just barbaric from an intellectual, like sociological and psychological and emotional sense. Like I said before, we still use money. Money. If you don't understand how outraged I am by that, just flabbergasted, then exactly is my only point. Exactly. You are 10 steps behind me, and I don't have to explain it to you because you just won't understand it. Tangent. But yeah. So, anyways, that kind of got up to Joe Rogan and whatever subject, but that's okay. I don't really. Joe Rogan is a bug as far as I'm concerned in the topic wise. So, yeah. What have you been up to today? I don't know. I've not been up to anything. Oh, I've been eating. I got to eat some chicken. I got to eat. I had. I had the luxury of eating some chicken today. It was. How shall I call it? It was. Let's see. I had. What is the name of that? Curry and shit. Red fucking spice. Spice. It's fucking spice. That's not spice. It's not fucking spicy. It's fucking hot. God damn it. Whatever. It's that hot shit. It's that fucking not black pepper, red cayenne, curry cayenne chicken. There we go. That's the name of it. God damn, I gotta like fucking use a tumbler and a meat grinder of my brain and just kind of like get it to fucking pour out of there. Jeez. Stupid ass seizure brain that fucking been boxed and shit. CTE brain. It's not as CTE as a football player or a boxer or rugby player or something. It's like a quarter of the way there. Just enough to fuck me up. So yeah. Curry cayenne chicken. Good stuff. A little dry, but you know, sometimes it's a little dry because I don't fucking follow a formula. Sorry, I'm swearing too much YouTube, but whatever. It's just a little. And so that's it. Oh yeah, apparently Trump said something to or about Zelensky today. So I'm about to watch that video. And it's the 28th, so it's the last day of February because it is not a leap year. And definitely not because it's 2025. So, whew, 2 more days and then I get money unless Musk and Trump finally managed to really mess up. Well, from their point of view, not mess up, but fix the budget. But from my point of view, totally mess up, annihilate, and destroy the budget and the allocation of federal funds. I should be getting another disability paycheck disbursement, whatever, allocation. I don't know what exactly they call it in a technical sense, but it means money. Monthly money direct to me. Lifeblood. That is extremely tiny. So yeah, let us see what we can see. And I don't know. I do not know. I would like it if Mr. Trump, any of those people, could survive for a year on this stuff. And I mean really survive for a year. Because they would have to survive for a year like this. And I mean a year like this, isolated from all the people they know. So they could not get help from their rich friends either. Because that violates the principle of being poor. Because when you're poor, you don't know millionaires and billionaires. You only know other poor people. So yeah. And if you really want to walk a mile in my shoes, Mr. Trump, you're gonna have to walk a mile in my shoes, because guess what? The grocery store is a mile away, and I gotta walk to get groceries. So you're gonna have to walk to get food and walk back carrying my food, fucker. And well, it's a lovely task. It's especially delightful on the way back. ask, I don't know, ask a, I don't know, a soldier who went into armed forces about his first 2 weeks, and he joined up, and he wasn't particularly built for it, and he was like, I'm gonna go in and join the forces, and he was like, whatever, 160 pounds or some shit like that, and he was like, this is gonna be my job, and he goes in and he's like, what do you mean I gotta run 20 miles on the first fucking day? It's hard for me to do a half a mile. Like, yeah, bitch. Oh, by the way, you gotta carry 35 pounds on your back and run 10 miles that way and back. So if you can do a mile and carry, I don't know, I'd say it's about 10 to 15 pounds in each arm. Well, yeah, at least it's only a mile. Yeah. It's a lot less than that soldier. Yeah, draft dodger. I think they were talking about Trump with that. Remember when when they were talking about with Civil War people, that the Southern plantation owners could, if you owned, I I don't know if this was even real, but if they owned a certain amount of slaves, they could pay a certain amount to the Confederacy. I don't even know if that was real or not, but they could pay to get out of serving in the Confederate Army, thus making it truly a rich man's war. That would really piss me off if I was a Confederate soldier. Anyways. States' rights my ass. Okay, whatever. I think we went off on enough tangents for this one. Start with Joe Rogan for like 2 minutes. It's fucking almost 20 minutes. Good night. Boobs.